Hello, hello. Welcome back to Limits. And we started Dave's route. Like this is the very first line of text for Dave's route. It even says it on the save file where it's like where it used to say alone and now says Dave, and I'm like, "Oh, okay. I like that." And yeah, we'll just go. The warm shine glares through the man. We're starting great, right? Through the curtain draped window, and the peaceful melodies of birds gently chirping outside. Today is the day where it all begins. You slowly get yourself up. I wonder what's going to happen today. Maybe Dave might know something. Probably should ask Gran first since, well, he's coming to work today, isn't he? At least, if I remember correctly. With a shrug, you jump off the bed, stretching your whole body outwards. Okay, let's get started. You briskly shake your head as you ready to brace yourself for the upcoming hours. It's a brand new beginning. Looks like I'll be living in this world from now on. I feel oddly good. You stare at the palm of your hand for a moment before fully clenching it. Yas? Yas? What? I don't understand. With a newfound spring in my step, you make your way towards the door. You twist the knob and gently pull open the door. On the outside of the door, standing a familiar red creature. It's Dave, and he has a cute jacket. The dragon's hand seems to have been reaching for the handle, but now he's looking at you, smiling.
Hey! How's it hanging?
Oh, hey, Dave. I wasn't expecting you to be here. What's the occasion?
Funny story, actually. I was headed for the grocery store for a bit, to get a couple items. Then I thought I'd drop by and say hi for a bit. So I parked outside, came in, and then I saw that Mr. Oppenheimer was here. Gran and the Weasel friend were also present, and so they told me that a little bit more about your situation. That tiger also mentioned that I should fetch and bring you to the front. So here we are. You seem like you have just gotten out of bed. I hope you had a nice, well-deserved rest, Dan. We all know that you are the one who is most likely be needing it the most.
Yeah, actually. I had a good feeling today. I actually feel good today. Can't wait to start things over.
Huh, well. Good for you, I suppose. Come on then. We can chat some more after whatever it is that they are requiring you to attend.
The dragon looks thoughtful for a moment. Then he slightly leans forward, gently tapping you on the shoulder, ushering you out of the room. His grip on you is firm yet soft, and you could faintly smell the aroma of food and something else. Is that cologne? Smells really good on him. The two of you headed towards the reception area. Oh, is this the first time we've seen Gran in uniform? That's kind of cool.
You know, mister, you look oddly familiar. I mean, I saw you the other day, but I feel like I have seen you elsewhere before. I'm afraid I'm not following. Oh, good morning, Mr. York. How are you on this fine day?
The lion and the tiger smiles at you as he faces your direction. The weasel looks at looks at you briefly before greeting you. Hey, Mr. Oppenheimer. You doing all right? I feel good. And yeah, I slept okay. It's gotten a bit cold last night, though. Well, winter is coming. Huh, I guess so. Thanks for fetching him, Dave. It was no problem. Let's get down to why I'm here, Mr. York. I have something to deliver to you. The lion turns around and picks up a small box, sitting it on one of the lobby's chairs. Carrying it under his big arms, the lion offers it to you. Here, I take it I'd like you to have this. It is a gift for Cooperate. From corporate, that's what it is. It should help you tremendously. You pick up the box, subtly gauging the possible contents based on its weight. Feels as heavy as a standard controller, maybe even more. What's inside? How about you open it and find out? After being given permission, you gently unbox the package. Whoa! Is this a phone? You have attained a phone. It is indeed. It's better that you have. It's better than what you could get from the public market. It has a military grade protection and could serve you for a very long time, as long as you take proper care of it. Wow, are you sure I can have this? It looks really expensive. Yes. I have stated previously, it is a gift from corporate. This does not look little to me. Oh wow, that looks real fancy. I don't think I've seen that model before. There is already a card installed, and you'll be receiving a monthly data quota for the next few months. Hopefully, by then, you'll be able to get back on your own feet. Oh, wow, thank you, Mr. Oppenheimer. Do you know how to operate the phone? Should be easy enough. You spend the next few seconds fiddling with the phone. Eventually, you manage to turn it on. Nice! The screen boots up and the logo is shown. Limits Inc. Wow, this is custom made. Is this custom made? After it fully loads, you notice that everything is familiar, albeit the icons are a tad larger than what you are used to. Must be designed for really big hands. Everything else seems to be in order, though. The battery is almost full, and there seems to be a service signal. You pocket your phone. That was faster than I anticipated, Mr. York. Are you already familiar with it? Yeah, it seems pretty intuitive. I didn't want to be rude, and so I'll fiddle with it more later. How considerate of you. Here, I'd like you to have my number. The line hands you a business card. This time, however, you notice that something else is written on it. That one is my personal number. Feel free to use it in the case of an emergency. I'm more likely to respond to it. I trust that you will not be sharing that particular number with anyone else, Mr. York. Oh, okay. That's cool. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I'm aware of your current living situation. I've been told by corporate that I am to look for a suitable place to rent for you. Only for the next few months. I'm also getting a free place? This definitely feels like a dream. Sheesh, Dan. You're getting freebies left and right. And not the cheap kind, too. Yeah. Unfortunately, I have yet to find a suitable place today. So, I'm afraid that you'll have to stay here for another day. I have already discussed with Mr. Forsberg, and he is fine with the arrangement. Oh, all right. Thank you for letting me know.
You are welcome. Well, I believe that this is all I have to say. I'll be taking my leave now. Thank you, Mr. Jacob and Mr. Tiger, for your cooperation. And thanks to you, Mr. Dave and Mr. York. And just doing my job. You're welcome, Mr. Oppenheimer. Of course. I bid you all farewell. Have a nice day.
With a smile and a nod, the lion pats your shoulder before exiting the building.
Look at you, Mr. Big Shot over here and getting pampered. No kidding. Must be nice to be receiving that big of a gift straight away after you just woke up. I'm happy for you, Dan.
Not gonna lie, it does feel really nice. I don't know if I deserve it, though.
Who cares? The guy said that it's a gift, so don't think too much about it. I mean, seriously. You got a phone. A freaking good one, too. He said that you have a card already installed, right? Let's add each other's number.
Oh, sure. You promptly pull out your phone, your brand new phone, from your pocket. You notice it, you never noticed it before, but the carbon black appearance it has gives it a really cool presence. This looks real nice. You spend the next minute manually adding the weasel's and the lion's numbers. Dave, can I have your number?
Yes, of course. It's, here, may I?
You hand your phone over to the dragon.
There you go.
The dragon returns your phone back. Sweet, thanks. Looking over your small contact list, you notice that next to Dave's number, the dragon, there's a dragon emoji next to it. Oh, that's cute. You also notice that there's Grant's number too. Did you add Grant's number too?
Wait, did he? Yes, I did. I simply figured, why not, yeah? Besides, I had this feeling that you were planning to tease him for it.
What?
As if.
While I'm here, did the doctor leave anything for me, Jacob? I didn't see him in the infirmary.
Oh. Yes. Here it is, your form.
The weasel hands you a sheet of paper. On it is printed rows and columns of empty boxes. Seems pretty straightforward. There's time spent and signature boxes for every row, which I'll assume are meant for whoever is supervising me.
You're an adult, so should be able to understand how to approach this. Just remember that you need to get a signature from the chief or the doctor at the end of every other week to record your progress, okay? If you run out of boxes to fill, just come by and I can print you another one.
Okay, I understand. Thanks.
Well, what's this?
Yeah, I've never seen this, but I wasn't told about this. The two of them approach you, taking a closer look at the sheet of paper you're holding.
Community service.
Is this supposed to be ours? Because this says sours. Yeah, it's a bit of a long story.
I have time to spare if you'd be willing to indulge me.
Yeah.
I'm quite curious now.
Well, it's something like this. You spend the next few minutes getting the tiger and dragon up to date.
Interesting. I suppose it's a fair judgment.
I guess that's not so bad.
Well, Dan, do you have anything planned?
With a shrug and a peal of nervous laughter, you reply, not really. I was kind of hoping if you got any leads, Dave. I mean, the doc did tell me that there's an opening for an internship here. But a small silence falls as the dragon looks at you, deep in thought. His face is stern, yet serious as you look back into his eyes. You couldn't help but feel a rising sensation within you.
You can help me around the kitchen if you'd like, Dan.
Like those interns you mentioned before?
Yeah. There's also the upcoming Halloween festival in a week, and I'll be honest, I could use an extra pair of hands setting up the stall there.
Oh yeah. I can't wait for the festival.
I wonder what I'm gonna be dressed up as.
You could always just dress up like last year, Jacob. A police officer. Hey, I was meant to be a zombie police officer. I like my fur as it is, so I wasn't going to cover them up with in green dye. And these uniforms aren't exactly cheap either. I'm not going to just mess them up willy-nilly like that.
Whatever you say. So, what about it, Dan? Are you up for the offer?
Working in the kitchen for community service hours doesn't sound so bad. Not to mention, but setting up a stall for a festival sounds pretty exciting. I've never done that before. And Dave is there as well. God, I know. Yeah. I think that sounds fun.
Wonderful. You know?
If you'd like, you can start today and go with your dragon friend. It's not like you have anything planned for the day, right?
He's right. Better start sooner than later, eh? I'm sure Dave would be fine with that.
Right, buddy?
If that's what you wish, Dan, I'll be happy to welcome you.
Really? Will the chief be fine with this? It feels a bit, I don't know, sudden. Don't get me wrong, though. I'd like to go with him. But I'm not really in a position to do as I please, right?
You worry too much, Gran.
I'm sure he'll be fine with it.
If not, I'm sure the four of us can convince him somehow. Sounds fun. Count me in.
Seriously, though, I'm sure the chief is all right with it. He's pretty understanding.
That settles it. For safe measures, why don't we visit the chief ourselves, Dan? Better safe than sorry, right?
I guess that's a good compromise. Let's. You still know your way to the chief's office, right? If we got lost, I'm sure I'll be sure to ring you up. Cheeky. After bidding your goodbyes, you and your dragon companion head off towards the chief's office. During the short journey to your destination, you couldn't help but smile at the dragon. An unfamiliar warm feeling stirs within your chest as a soft gaze lays upon yours. The dragon smiles back gently. Elsewhere, a creature in a black suit by a rustic bar as they order themselves drinks. The dusty air lingers in the air as the bathroom light flickers in the far-off corner.
Do you have information?
The creature asks the bartender.
Tell me. Do you or do you not?
The bartender sweats, his hands shaking as he tries his best to contort a drink. I don't know what you're asking. The creature in black sighs as he takes a small object from his pocket.
Have you seen this man?
Back in the police department. After a bit of time discussing with the chief, the two of you congregate back with the weasel and the tiger at the front. I guess it was fine after all.
How did it go?
He was okay with it. In fact, we managed to even officialize it. Dave has to fill some stuff down. Yeah.
It was no issue. Simply some legal agreements and whatnot. Nothing too serious.
Cool. So you two are free to go, right? I think so. You look towards the dragon with a questioning look. The dragon smiles back.
Yeah. We could head over to my diner now, actually. Are you ready to leave, Dan?
You give the dragon a curt nod.
In that case, we'll be heading back. I'll see you around, Gran. And thank you. Jacob, was it?
Guilty as charged. I'll catch you both around then. Take care. You wave your goodbye and leave the building with the dragon at your front. The two of you are headed towards the parking lot and into the dragon's parked vehicle. You sit at the front next to the dragon.
So, before we head to the diner, we will be visiting the grocery store. I need to purchase some supplies.
Oh, you did mention something about doing groceries earlier. Are you looking for something in particular?
Just a couple of missing ingredients. Spices and such. You're free to stay in the car if you'd like.
Oh, it's cool. I'd like to tag along if you don't mind.
Cool. We shall be quick.
The engine rumbles once more before speeding off the parking lot and into the main street. You hum idly, sitting still as you lean onto the seat. I'm having troubles. Staring off into the distance. The dragon whistles a tune along with your humming. His pair of yellow eyes is still glued to the front.
Hey, Dan. Can I ask you a question?
Shoot.
Is there any particular reason as to why you decided to, I suppose, intern with me? I hope it wasn't because of peer pressure. Because that just wouldn't right. Just wouldn't right? What? Why do something you do not want to do when there are alternatives available?
Why? I guess I could just say why not, right?
Well, I simply figured that interning with the police might have been a lot more fun. Since you get to go on patrol and such. Probably. I wouldn't know. Never really asked Gran about it.
It might have been, but I've always been a fan of cooking. I'm not saying that I'm good at it, though.
I'm sure you're an alright cook. But, why do you think that?
I don't know, a lot of recipes. More often than not, I just cook some simple dish and be done with it. I didn't have much time to spare, unfortunately. I'd usually be too tired after working that I just cook some of the same thing from yesterday. Heck, maybe even just eat the leftovers that I might still have.
You sounded like a busy man, Dan.
Good for you. Well, what can you do, right? You grin sheepishly as you turn your head towards the dragon. The red-scaled creature chuckled underneath his breath as his eyes focus on you, and for you for a moment, his head still pointing at the front.
Were there any other reasons?
Well, there is one.
And that would be...
Is this too soon? I'd like to say that I also joined because I wanted to get to know him better, but what am I even thinking? Maybe I'll get to learn some new recipes that I can use.
You made it sound like there was something important there for a sec. If recipes are what you're looking for, I'll be happy to teach you a couple of things.
That would be sweet.
Although, the ingredients might be different than what you are used to, considering you aren't from here.
True, but everything seems to be more or less the same, so I think I should be fine.
Noted. But still, do let me know if you've got any questions of this world or whatnot. I'll try my best to answer, then, to my best ability.
The rest of the drive is spent with the dragon humming a familiar tune. Eventually, the vehicle is parked, and the two of you exits it before heading off towards the grocery building. Along the way, you spot a stag figure wearing a suit in the distance, not too far away from you. His attention focused on something. That guy is intimidating. Not to mention those antlers, too. Oh. Chili. That's really cool, actually. Huh. I wonder how you do that. Like, I suppose you could, like, just, if you have, like, that effect... I guess you could use that as, like, a video file, right? And just embed it? I don't know what I'm saying. Like, if it's transparent, you just put it under, like, show. Or, I guess, scene, maybe? I don't know. I, like, tried to learn Ren'Py a couple months back. I was like, oh, maybe I'll write a visual novel or illustrate for a thing. I don't know. And then I started this channel, like, the week after. So, you know, I've been doing this instead. I don't regret it. Maybe I should go back and try it, though. As I have guessed, the stores are similar, too.
Okay. I see. Well, come over this way. If you'd like to browse around yourself, feel free, Dan. Just try not to lose sight of me, alright? Wouldn't want you getting lost in a grocery store.
The dragon grins. What am I, 8? I think I can manage to get myself around pretty well, Dave. This place isn't that big after all. But I'll keep it in mind. You chuckle.
Whatever happens, remember that you've got yourself a functioning phone. Just ring me up if you do end up getting lost.
Thanks, Mr. Dragon.
You're welcome, Mr. Human. Is there something that catches your interest? Bring them up to me, and perhaps I might just purchase it for you.
Sweet. I'll keep that in mind.
I'll be off now. Feel free to follow me. Or don't.
There he goes. Well, of course I'm gonna follow him. I might as well follow him around. Could be fun. Hey, Dave. Wait up. You briskly walk towards the dragon with a spring in your step. The dragon stops for a moment and, looking back at you with a smile on his face. The two of you then make your way towards an area attached with a shopping basket. The dragon picks one up before heading off towards one of the aisles. As you follow the dragon behind, you notice that there's a lot of people around. There aren't a lot of people this early, huh?
Yeah. The morning is not that busy, not the busiest of day. It also happens to be on a working day too. The place is usually more crowded during the weekends.
That makes sense. Today is Monday, right? I checked the date on my phone, and it seems that the name of the days are the same as well.
You sounded quite disappointed there, Dan.
Kinda. It would have been cool if you guys had different names for the days here. Something like, I don't know, Rye Day.
Weird Day? What does that mean?
Hey, I have no clue. Made it on the spot. Sounds cool, right?
Cool is quite the subjective term. I feel that is more
Ride. My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined. Aw, come on! It wasn't that bad. I don't want to hurt your feelings, Dave. But someone has to say it. Whatever you say. The dragon stops in front of a display filled with, what you assumed are spices in glass containers. He picks a couple of them up and begins to observe with full attention. What is it? Spices. Some of my, more intricate, dishes require a select variety of spices. It gives them, that extra flavor. You seem to know your spices very well. When you grow up with a father who had to run a food business, it is simply prone to happen. That makes sense. Do you enjoy doing what you're doing, though? What do you mean, Dan? Well, I was just curious if you've been forced to take over your father's business. Ah, I see. I'll be honest with you, Dan. Working in a diner was not something that I had anticipated some time ago. Granted, I did half expect to be a possibility, considering that my father owns an establishment. He had never really put pressure on me regarding this while I was growing up, though. And he's quite a strict man. He mentioned something about the idea that there would be no point in me continuing the business if I had no shred of passion for cooking. He said that it just wouldn't work. So, how did you come about learning how to cook? It was mild interest at first when I was young. You know how children are. Full of curiosity. Because of that, I asked my father to teach me how to cook a simple dish that a young dragonling like me back then would be able to accomplish. I had fun, so I continued. It wasn't anything serious, though. Simply some classes here and there with him throughout the year. Well, that's cool. It's good to know that you joined your father's business out of your own volition. Yeah. And as I grew up, I realized something as well. What was that? That I think would be wonderful if I could cook for someone very special. The dragon looks at you with warm eyes as he smiles innocently. For a brief moment, your heart stops as you look back into the dragon's pair of yellow eyes. You can feel a rising sensation upon your cheeks, causing you to avert your gaze elsewhere. Why am I feeling this way? Dan, are you alright? I think the smell of the spices is getting to me. So don't worry about it. I see. You have those, back home too, then? Spices, I mean. Yeah, actually. I haven't really used much back then, though, but I've seen them around, yeah. Ah. So, are you familiar with the taste, then? I might be. Then again, the spices here might be different from what we have, although I haven't really seen or had any experience with them. So, take it with a grain of salt. Maybe I could teach you a thing or two, then. Actually, how about you come over here? Huh? Alright. You make your way towards the red-scaled dragon. The dragon places a hand on your shoulder slightly, leaning down as he carries an open jar in front of you. Can you smell this? Yeah, it has a pretty mild smell. I think I have these back in my world. Cinnamons? Correct. I suppose things are not so different after all, huh? How about this time? You try closing your eyes. How about this time you try closing your eyes? So if you can correctly guess the spice. But I don't even know a lot of spices, let alone their smells. That's alright. But it would be nice if you could attempt it, in the least. I think it'll be fun. Fine. You close both your eyes. You breathe slowly as you anticipate the upcoming smell. The sense heightens on you as your skin feels the air gradually becoming colder. Then a warmth breath of air suddenly appears by the side of your head, causing you to shiver in surprise. The hand on your shoulder grips you firmly, yet softly, keeping you in place. The pleasant warmth emanates from the source, appeasing you as you begin to feel relaxed and safe. A low grumble and graveling voice can then be heard.
Are you ready, Dan?
He sounds so close. I can faintly hear him breathing. I think so.
Good. Have a whiff then. Tell me, what you think of it. Can you smell that pleasant aroma?
It does smell really nice. But something's off. It's oddly familiar. Wait, these don't smell like spices that I'm aware of.
How is it? Smells rather nice, isn't it?
Yeah. Not really sure what it is though. You sniff closer, leaning your head onward until your nose collides with something soft.
Hey, there's... careful, Dan. You're leaning too far in.
As you open your eyes, you see the dragon's soft hands cupping the underneath of your chin. His gentle hold sends a shiver down your body as you begin to feel your cheeks warming up once more. Whoa. What happened to the jar you were holding?
Never had a jar, Dan.
Realizing that you still had your head on the dragon's hand, and quickly jumped back. Damn. That was pretty sneaky of you, Dave.
Heh. You like that smell, eh? I like them too. Hence why I selected it myself. Reminds me of the ocean.
What? After feeling a little embarrassed, you quickly retained your composure. The ocean?
Yep. It's a body of water that...
I know what the ocean is. I was just curious what about your interest in it.
Ah, I see. I'm a bit fond of it, to be honest. Been on a couple trips with my father. I've always enjoyed the view and the breeze. Quite refreshing. If only I could fly. Just imagine the beautiful views before the sunset. How one craves to fly over the mountain, knowing that they can only swim in the deep blue sea.
How poetic.
You've been on a trip across the ocean, Dan.
Now that I think about it, not really. I've been a land dweller for the majority of my life. I've traveled here and there, through the sky, but I've never really been on a ferry.
Through the sky? Didn't know that you guys were capable of flight.
Nah. Should have mentioned that we, Okay. Thought I lost my mouse for a second. Should have mentioned that we use this, a contraption called an airplane.
Ah, I see. We have those too here. Still baffles me how similar your past world is to mine. It's fascinating. Anyway, let's not dally any longer. We're supposed to return back already.
I still can't believe you tricked me.
My apologies. It wasn't good fun, though.
The dragon winks at you with a smile.
Let's get going. We just need to pick up a couple things more before, before we're good to go.
Lead the way.
Splendid.
You spend the next few minutes following the dragon, walking from aisles to aisles, picking up objects that you are vaguely familiar with. The dragon chats with a gentle smile on his face as the two of you walk side by side. Sometimes in between, you accidentally brush hands together as you walk together. The dragon is seemingly unbothered by the touch. In fact, you could swear that you noticed a faint grin cross his face for the briefest of the moment. Way to go, me. Yeah, we'll stop the part here. Hope you all enjoyed, and, I'll see you around.